around, courtesy of Beatrice Cop. All right, so they answer your legal questions, any legal question you might have. We'll take on all comers. We don't shy away from anybody. As I say, Monday through Friday, you go to the firm, you get a bill, you call the program for this 1 hour. We give you guidance, put you in the right direction. We don't give you a bill. How's that sound? 330-729-9977. 330-729-9977 for free legal advice. 330-729-9977 will get you through to us. Let's go to the law firm tonight of Beatrice Cop and see who joins us now. Folks, here's the gamble I'm going to take. I'm going to take a gamble because normally I would say, let's check and see if DeVecchio's there or Beatrice is there and these people. But watch this. Tally, are you there? How about that? We started with the newest addition to the law firm, Beatrice Cop. It is, yes, absolutely. And I got it right, didn't I? Tally.
You did. I'm actually really proud of you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I learned that Attorney DeVecchio. He taught me how to remember it. Mark has helped me out immensely. Welcome. We appreciate you being with us as always. You're the newest addition. Now, would you, when we talk a little bit about you in the beginning, do you mainly focus in the family law aspect or every aspect at the firm?
Well, surprise. I do work with Mark a lot. Oh, I got to get closer. I do work with Mark a lot.
Yes.
I also started picking up some cases in some other areas and covering for some of my coworkers. So at the moment, I'm kind of doing everything.
Well, that's a good thing. That's great. All right, so we're glad to hear that. Now let's see if Attorney Mark DeVecchio is joining us tonight.
Present and accounted for. I am
Mark?
here and ready to roll.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that dramatic pause? I don't understand why you did that to me, because I thought I was ready to move on, thinking you weren't even attending tonight's program.
I wanted to say something clever, but then
we don't have that kind of time, Mark. Yeah. Right. We couldn't let it. We couldn't let that. If we wait for you to think of something clever, Mark, the program ends by 6 o'clock. Just so you know. Just so you know.
But I didn't. But that's all right.
Absolutely. All right. Attorney DeVecchio, he's the best family law lawyer around. Child support, divorce, custody issues, all the things that I find most interesting. All the intricacies of relationships, I find him fascinating. And that's what Mark deals with on a daily basis. So we're happy to have him, and he's the best at what he does. All right. So let's see if Attorney James Melfi. Doesn't seem he's there. Or was he trying?
That was a little pregnant.
You're there? It seems to me that he was trying to think of something clever to say, too.
I did have a good birthday.
Really? All right.
I think you would have enjoyed it.
All right. Get close to that mic. I need you. Everybody, Tally's got it in the right spot. Mark's got it in the right spot. Now you're perfect. Oh, what birthday present did you give Dave?
Well, Frank sent me a very recent picture of David in a very flattering angle with maybe 3 or 4 chins.
Mm-hmm.
So, more chins than
So you said. Wait a second. So you had this is the best. Folks, this is what I love about Melfi. Melfi is the best. Have you shown the calendar, your new edition, Tally, so she can see the calendar you put out down there of all the bad shots of Beatrice for each month?
So I took
all right. So there you go.
No, I put it right on the cabinet for his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I FaceTimed him.
It looks like he was going to sneeze. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks
just
like he's in the middle of a sneeze.
He's very
Right. So I spent the evening, I cropped it, sent it over to Walgreens, and made a nice 5x7 magnet for the filing cabinet.
I'm gonna have to be careful about the pictures I post.
And it's a horrible picture of him with a lot of chins.
It is.
Oh, that's great. That is the best. You know what? You're like Dr. Evil, Melfi. You are so good at being, doing that kind of stuff. I know, but that is the best, man. Next time, make a couple of magnets. I can hang some here at the radio station if you wouldn't mind, so that we can partake of all of that. Did I hear also joining us tonight the one and only Frank Cassis? Did I hear him around?
Yes, sir.
I thought I did.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome, Frank.
I missed.
Nice to see
I've not
you.
been on in a while. It's good
And-
to be back. I've been stuck. Beatrice's.
It is nice to be back.
Yeah, you've not been
I've
on
not.
in weeks.
No, it's been this is the longest stretch I've not been on Thursday. I think since I've been back. Honest to God.
He's busy.
Yeah, and it's been a crazy. I don't know, few months, I suppose.
Well, with baseball practice, football practice, all the criminal stuff you've been doing,
Yeah,
you've
it's been wild.
been busy.
I was in Cleveland for.
No,
one
I
of them,
happened.
so-
I happened to. Oh, really? I happened to catch you on television, and I said to myself, that Frank Cassis, he's a nice-looking guy. Would you agree with that, DeVecchio? He's a nice-looking
I would
lad.
agree with that.
Still
Yes.
half of Facebook and all their comments.
Yeah.
Right,
Tell my wife.
you know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know, I didn't know whether to introduce you as Frank Cassis or just call you Pretty Boy.
No, that's not right.
You only make fun of David on the show.
There you go.
David wanted to be called.
Yeah, well, Frank's got it coming. He's
It's all right.
he had his nice suit on. He looked good on TV the other night. Yeah.
I appreciate
Welcome,
that,
Frank.
Ron.
It's good to have you with
Great
us.
to be back.
All right. And to try not to be a stranger around here.
I won't.
So
I'll
the
be
Kingmaker
back.
is off tonight.
The Kingmaker
you
is
guys
off
should-
tonight.
You should.
Ron, he comes into my office and he looks at me and goes, "You're doing the radio show tonight." And I said, "Wait a minute. First of all, you can't come in here and yell at me.
I'm a
if you
grown man.
Yeah, I mean, come on now." I go, "David, I would love to. I have to get a complaint out." And he's like, no. And he just threw a temper tantrum. I'm like, "All right, I'm on the radio." So then he snuck out.
Yeah, it was important for him to get all of us here tonight,
Yeah.
but who's missing?
Him. And
Yeah.
listen, the radio show is just more fun when he's on it. And it's because of the stuff that
Yeah.
he says. I mean, the greatest radio show I've ever done is when Mark was.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
the
when
guy
he-
called.
When he's there.
Well, not the Boma. The Jersey one was
Yeah.
funny, but the one where the guy got ran over with his own
Oh,
car
yeah.
and they charged him and not her with the crime. It's the greatest call ever to this
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
I still go back and watch that. It makes me laugh.
We laughed hard.
Oh,
that
we
day.
laughed hard. That
We
was the
did.
best ever.
All right, so we need some really good callers.
Yeah, but it is, you guys would be surprised how many calls I get about David's life that he tells, and how many people look forward to it. Excellent observation, Frank.
It's the
That
best
the
part
amount
of
of
the show.
feedback I get from people just wanting to, yes, it really
It's
is.
the best part of the
And
show.
when he talks,
Beatrice
I can
has
see why he is good with the jury.
100%. Listen, he's got a gift.
Go ahead.
He can talk. And he tells great stories, and he is self-deprecating, which makes him even funnier. Okay, and I'm going to give him credit here, and I'll regret it because tell me about it. But when he says he has skin like a rhino, it's not a joke. He's dead serious. I've never met anybody who flat out doesn't care what people think.
Yeah, no insults roll off right off
and
of him. He doesn't.
I've
yeah.
been out in public with him where someone's, "Hey, Beatrice, I hate you. Get in line."
Yeah.
What? He's just like, "Get in line." He's just thinking, then he pulls out his Keno ticket like he's the guy off the Polar Express. He got his Keno tickets. He's looking. He's like, "Another loser." Sticks it down at the bar. You're never gonna see anybody like him again.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And he's getting of that age now.
One of a
Like
kind.
Right,
the
and-
Irishman when Frank Sheehan, they're interviewing him at the end in the wheelchair at the nursing home.
Yeah.
Like, I think we have to start recording his stories because he's at that stage in his life.
Oh, he's-
we have to record these.
He has been very disheveled looking lately.
Yeah, I don't know what's his
He's
deal.
been trying a little bit harder because you guys embarrassed him so bad the other day that he said he refused to put on certain shirt because he was like, it had bleach stains on it and I knew I would get wrecked.
Well, he
from Frank.
rolls into the
and
office. He rolls into the office with these joggers on, okay,
with socks and
with
sandals.
socks and sandals that are
'Cause he broke his
he duct tapes the sandals, the slides, as the kids call them.
And his toes hang up the end.
Yeah, and I've never met anybody who breaks more digits than Beatrice. Whether it's his fingers or his toes, he just breaks them. And then he sends me pictures. You ever see his toes, Ron?
No, don't even go there.
I don't
Don't
wanna-
create
No,
that visual
no.
image.
One's
Oh,
facing Frank
listen.
and one's facing Mike.
Yeah, right. First of all, I don't know how they go the direction they go. It just doesn't work. Like I've seen.
Poor Dave.
No, I mean it's just. But he breaks fingers and toes like nobody I've ever met.
That makes sense on the toes, Frank. Remember sitting in your office and fell from up the stairs? That's when I thought about getting him Life Alert, but
Yeah.
he
They
didn't
make
need
the
it.
necklaces now like actually cute.
Maybe that's a great Christmas gift for him this year.
Secret Santa. If I get him, I know
It is.
Life Alert.
But he's our guy. We
All
love
right.
him.
Now Talia's mic's got to be turned up a little bit, or she got to get a little closer there because
Tally.
she's echoing a little bit.
Close
We
though.
want to hear a nice
Tally.
tally. Yeah, we want to. There you go.
But
But you
he's
know
the
what?
Commodore,
It's
Ron.
terrific. I mean,
He is the Beatrice.
and he is
the
one of,
Commodore.
and he is genuinely one of a kind. Look at the following that he gets on all the social media
Oh, it's
platforms.
incredible.
I mean, it's
People love him.
incredible.
He is polarizing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Maybe that's why because the
Right,
camera's so
but extremely
close to his
entertaining.
face.
which is good for a jury as well. You know,
It
that he
is.
can hold people's interests like that. I mean,
I've had the
That's the-
privilege of trying a lot of cases with David Beatrice, and I will tell you, he's dynamic. I mean, he is Beatrice. Yeah, there's never. I firmly believe there will never be another Beatrice. Love him or
Right.
hate him.
Well, he's bombastic.
Yes,
That's
a great
that's-
description.
Yes.
I mean, he's very good at a lot of things, but he's gonna get mad I say this, but like theater is his thing, right? He wanted to be.
He's
you
a
know,
thespian.
Yes, and
Yeah, he
So,
played
like,
Dolly.
yeah.
And Hello, Dolly.
He loved.
He didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he was a theater kid.
I thought you guys were joking.
He wasn't allowed to
No.
play contact sports.
No.
I also was a theater kid, but
The irony in this, he wasn't allowed to play contact sports, and in reality, he should walk around with the helmet all day long.
He drives by sound. I was walking in the building today, and he pulled in behind me, and I heard.
How about how fast he drives up the driveway?
Yeah.
God forbid someone's coming down. He's going. I mean, his car's going to turn into a
He
Matchbox
totally
car.
scraped the underneath portion of the underneath
What?
spoiler on
Love
one
him.
of those the parking bricks
Mark,
out there.
guy drives a Mercedes, and the Mercedes emblem is tied together with duct tape.
Yeah. You gotta love
Come
that.
on.
It's a
You
small
gotta
He's
love
Mercedes,
one of the
too.
most
Yeah.
successful lawyers out of the area. He's Dave Beatrice, and his Mercedes is duct tape.
along with his shoe.
with
Yeah.
a shoe, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
duct tape's his shoe.
Yeah.
Well, he uses WD-40 on his shoes.
That was
So they don't
incredible.
squeak, yeah.
No. He shined them
he
with
shines
that.
them.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did. And then
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys
you
a
can't
hack.
make this up.
Life hack.
well, he saw it on like social media, and then he was real proud of it. So he sent it to us. Well, Dan Leslie, our intern, looked it up and is like, yeah, that cracks the leather. That actually ruins the shoe.
Oh,
Well, his shoes aren't real leather.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what him. Hey, he got
They're pleather.
They're
leather.
Yeah.
And then-
It is.
He's never gonna not come on the show again because
No,
if
he
I
doesn't.
don't,
Listen, he doesn't care.
then they're gonna
I
wreck
just
me.
told you he's got the skin of a rhino. He doesn't care.
That's true. That's
Unless
true.
And
he's-
plus, anyways, he loves this because people are talking about him. That's what he
Mhm.
Yeah,
likes.
he loves that.
Yeah,
Good or
yeah.
bad.
The only thing that really bothers me was when you make fun of his clothes. Like when he was going to Marion
Well,
County in a
that's 'cause-
purple suit.
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
because Brian is giving him a complex like nobody else.
He told me the other day, Brian said belts are out. I'm like, I wear belts.
Brian has space in David's head
Oh.
rent
Oh,
free.
he
yeah.
owns more real estate in that
Right.
brain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a fact.
Well, you missed Frank last week or the week before? Tally said, "Hey, I'll take you shopping if you've got some problems with these guys picking on your clothing." But he
offered that
wouldn't do
sort
it.
of stuff. He says
You
it
know,
doesn't matter.
and
They're
obvi-
going to pick on me anyway. So
it's like that movie with Ryan
Now
Gosling.
listen to me, Tally. If you do take him shopping, make sure you say, "Let's go to the chubby section," because that'd drive him crazy. 'Cause that
no,
was
it's
when he
not
was a
chubby. It's
kid.
husky.
Yeah.
Husky section.
No, when he was buying those clothes, he was portly. That's the word, portly.
I will. You know what? I'm gonna take him shopping, and I will video it for you. And we'll pick. Well, I'll show you what he picked out, and then what I picked out, and then what we actually purchased.
That would be the greatest content ever.
It really would.
But first, make sure you take him to the Husky section.
I
And,
will.
Yeah.
as he was a kid, he'll have like a flashback to that. All right, let's take a few calls as we go along. They're all with us. The best of the best is here from the law firm, and you're on the air tonight. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your question for our attorneys.
Yes, I'm wondering about a small claims case. I had an air conditioning company come out during the summer to fix my air conditioning. If they didn't fix it, they actually almost damaged it. Luckily, they didn't. I called another company out that came out and repaired it correctly, and they told me what the first company did wrong. And I contacted the first company to, you can keep your service fee, just give me the rest of the money because it's $400.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they'd pay me back, and it's been months now. Nothing's happened, so I'm thinking of taking the small claims court. I've got email from them saying they would refund our money and
What's
everything.
the amount of money?
400.
400.
$412.
Yeah, you should take them to
Take 'em
small
to small
claims.
claims.
Absolutely. And you can ask for like a summary judgment or a directed verdict because they've already admitted that they owe it.
Mm-hmm. And attach those emails.
Okay, all right. So I wasn't sure if I stood a chance or.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
if
you
they
gotta
acknowledge
go.
that they owe the debt, I think that's
Yeah.
the best evidence you could have.
Yeah, so file the small claim, and then once you file the small claim, they'll set a court date. And you want to bring the court everything that you have. And honestly, small claims are fairly informal.
Mm-hmm.
Evidence doesn't fly.
Yeah, right. So you'll be able to present it to the judge or the magistrate. And if you can demonstrate that look, this happened and this is what they said, it's usually will shake out for you the right way.
But I would go from the date where they
Okay.
acknowledge that they owe you the money, and I'd ask for interest to be tacked on to whatever they agreed to pay you. But if they're dragging their feet, I think you should ask for 5% interest on top of that number.
Well, thank you for that advice. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And what was that subject of something you said? I was writing this down.
He said a motion for
A motion for summary judgment. I mean, in small claims court, they don't really follow the rules of civil procedure. You could pretty much show up in court on the day of your hearing and produce that exhibit, that whatever that text message was, and say that they've already acknowledged that they owe me this. They're dragging their feet. They haven't paid me. They acknowledged 2 months ago that they're going to pay it, and they haven't. So I'd like to get that amount plus interest, and my court costs and, my filing fee and everything that went along with this, because they acknowledged it, but they're making me spend more money and they're making me crawl through glass to get this money that they acknowledge they owe me. So I think they need to pay over and above the amount that they acknowledge they owe me to prevent this from happening in the
Okay.
future.
Now, do you know how to file small claims? Do you know where to go, caller, and what to do?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm in Trumbull County. I know where to go.
All right. Well, you got a good case. Good luck to you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, plus, he was smart enough to get those text messages and get them to admit that they owe him the money.
That's
so,
right.
It should be a good case. All right. With our attorneys tonight, News Radio 570 WQBN 524. You're on the air. Hello there.
Is this me?
It is you.
John
Oh my
Wayne.
gosh.
I want to ask a question. I want to ask a question.
it's
I want to ask a question.
Yeah. Do you have a legal question, sir, for the program?
Well, it's a semi-legal question.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can I help
If you
caller?
like start a firm and then you have like a birthday
hmm
and then someone takes over the kitchen and you get cold cuts on a table. Do you think that's sufficient to celebrate someone's birthday?
Well, would it be a historic birthday? Like, it wouldn't be if it was a big birthday caller, like 60 or 65 or something like that.
66.
That would be, or 66. It'd be kind of an insult, I would think.
We had someone leave the office. They put out china and forks and spoons, and it was me. They just threw the lunch meat on the table and some buns and said, "Have at it. Happy birthday, Dave."
That was
That's what
it.
they did to me. That was it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new magnet?
And I have to ask a question, a legal question.
Before you do, well, we need to ask you a question. Have you seen the new magnet that was produced by Attorney Melfi with your picture on it.
Yeah, thank you very much. It reminds me of Mars Attacks. Okay? Did you see the characters in Mars Attacks? That's basically what I look like.
Right.
Okay? And that sort of dovetails into my other question.
Yes.
If you are like, you know, I don't want to say elderly, but if you're like an older lawyer and younger lawyers in the office are constantly picking on you,
Hmm.
does that lead to any kind of a cause of action?
Like age discrimination?
No, I mean just the harassment I get from them. Like today, I was walking around and one of the lawyers said, "You have grass on your shoes." Like, why would you point that out there? I was walking my dog. Of course I have grass on my shoes.
That's not
They
fair.
look me up and down
David,
when
that's
I
not
come in there.
fair.
If the littlest thing is out of place, they point it out.
I call
Can
that
I
a
ask
true
you-
friend. I call that a true friend.
Can I
I
ask
want to know
you-
if there's grass on my shoes, and if you don't tell me, I don't consider you a true friend.
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Dave, can I ask you a
Hey,
question?
there, go ahead.
Did-
Pile on, Tally. Go ahead. You're in there now. Might as well pile on the old guy.
Hey, no,
Go
you know
ahead.
what, Dave? I'm
What,
taking
Ron?
you shopping, so we're gonna go on a little shopping trip, and you will
Oh,
never
you're
get made
taking me
fun of
shopping.
again. I got you.
Okay. Well, I went to Frank's guy. Okay, Frank turned me on to some woman who does suits. I bought a suit and then he made fun of the suit.
No, I
I
didn't.
thought I used your tailor.
No,
Wait,
I
no,
didn't.
Brian and I
That's
made fun
not
of
true.
you now.
That's not true,
Yes,
David.
you're lying now.
No, I'm always.
First of all, Dave, his tailor isn't used to making something that large or in a
He
husky
had to order
size.
extra
So,
rapid.
Well, because I don't have 4% body fat.
Oh,
Okay?
right.
I have
David,
4% body
that's
fat
not fair.
on my left
I thought
calf.
it was 2%.
Okay?
I say you dress very well. Brian chops you up a little bit.
A little bit.
Brian does, but Brian, you know,
Little
he does
bit.
that because he wants to get a rise out of you.
And let's just throw away the
Right.
purple suit.
Wait, hold on.
Jimmy
Wait,
does that too.
Ron.
Did you know, Ron, you're not supposed to wear belts with your pants now?
I do.
I'm wearing belts with my pants and I'm out of fashion now.
well, I'm sorry. I'm going to stay out of fashion.
But your
I gotta have
your
a belt.
should always match your cuffs. I'll help you. It's fine. We're gonna get it fixed.
No, you're not even allowed to wear a belt anymore, according to Frank.
Well, wait a minute.
No, I said that.
Hang on, David. Hang on.
Yeah, you did, Frank.
Stand by,
Yeah, you
David.
did,
Stand by.
Frank. Now you're lying.
He's here. Stand by. Attorney Beatrice back in a minute.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio
He
Music
always-
presented by
He
Capital
always
One.
equates anything
right
negative
now.
that gets talked about him. He's lying.
Brian Adams. Make some noise for Tate McRae. Hey, I'm
following sense. He puts together, folks, a calendar last year at Christmas time, a calendar. He finds every lousy picture he can possibly find of Attorney Beatrice, and he makes a calendar professionally of every month with a bad picture of Dave on it. And then he put a magnet together with Dave where it looks like he has 3 chins, and starts.
No, it's my forehead. Look at how big my forehead is in that picture.
Yeah, I mean, do you know the amount of time he has to put into coming up with that kind of stuff?
I wish he put that much time in the cases that he's on with me.
With you. Ron,
Hey, you know the last case I worked with Jimmy Melfi, you know where it's headed? The Court of Appeals. Thank you very much.
David, you want to go down that route tonight?
Yeah, Jimmy, I do want to go down that route tonight.
Ladies,
Okay.
set it aside.
Frank gives me all the bad pictures, and 2.
No, I didn't give you that picture.
What David doesn't know. Hey, David, remember you couldn't find your phone last week?
Yeah.
That's because I hid it from you.
You always do. That's what they do to me, Ron. See how they pick on me?
So what
they always do it.
So they want you to think like you're an old man and you can't remember where you put it last.
You can't.
Well, that's been my whole life. I can't wear jewelry. I can't even wear a wedding ring. I'll lose it.
Dude,
Okay.
the other day he was yelling at me for he was like, I told you to do this on this case. And I said, what are you talking about? And Gina comes out of her office, who looks exactly opposite of me. She has black hair. I have blonde hair. She's like, yeah, he didn't tell you. He told me.
Jesus. I mean, that is really something. I mean, so he's starting to mistake people.
And Frank picks on me the worst.
I do not.
Okay.
Why are you saying that?
Yes, you do.
It's
no,
true.
I don't.
Yeah,
We're
it's
doing
true,
Santa,
Ron.
and hopefully
All
get
right,
you. Someone
Beatrice.
get you something good.
David, tell Ron.
You know, Ron, last week I was doing the show. You know where they were?
Where?
They were up in Brian's Speakeasy. Okay. I was doing the show. I think it was just me.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, we're up here in the Speakeasy. We'll give you a special invitation tonight.
Hey, I came downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, tell him. Hey,
Yeah.
David,
After I drank champagne.
tell Ron. Julie was running you ragged today.
Oh, my God. I like a pack mule I was running. I was like a pack mule for the firm. Okay? All of a sudden, it's 4 o'clock. I hadn't eaten lunch. I didn't eat breakfast. All I was doing was meeting with one client after another, running the court, doing this, doing that.
Oh,
Tell you what,
not easy
how
on
they
you.
treat me.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah. It's so basically they gave you sandwich meat for your breakfast luncheon.
No, here's what happened. Last Friday, it was my 66th birthday.
Yes.
Okay? And Brian was in town, the big spender that he is.
Mhm.
And he goes, I'll get lunch for Dave.
He'll get lunch for
I'll
you.
get lunch for Dave. And he runs to Larissa's and he gets a bunch of lunch meat and very good lunch meat and buns and stuff like that, and eggplant stuff.
We're fancy sandwiches.
And then it's time for lunch, and he decides he's going to hold a meeting in the kitchen. And people are walking in the kitchen, and he's literally chopping their heads off for walking into his meeting.
With his
And it's
eyes.
time for my lunch party.
And Dan.
And Dan.
Oh, and Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was mad though.
Yeah.
Oh.
You mean to tell me,
to
Dave?
go in. We had to pick who went. We all voted Frank.
Yeah, we had to pick sticks, like who's going to go in there and get the beating to get my food that isn't even laid out on the table. Okay, they just brought it up. They put it out on the table and said, "Well, here you go, Dave. Happy birthday."
And oh
Okay.
my God, that's horrible. Horrible. You know, I would have at least got you some like a Chick-fil-A thing of nuggets or something like that.
I know. You know, what Brian wanted to eat for lunch, that's what I got for my birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And who wants to eat that?
That's true.
He's not wrong about that one.
That's a fact.
Yeah. God, I actually do feel bad for you.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it. Well, I'm glad they're filling in okay for me. Tomorrow morning on WFMJ Today, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about the First Amendment again.
Oh,
And
really?
whether or not there's someone in, I think, Trumbull County that decorated their house for Halloween with a bunch of ice people. And so they wanted to know if that was okay to do. And so if you want to know what kind of decorations you're allowed to put up and not allowed to put up, you're going to have to join me tomorrow on WFMJ today.
Well, I certainly hope you have a pleasant evening, Dave, and keep your eye on
I
Melfi.
just took the dog out. My wife told me I could have a dog, but I have to take care of it.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
actually packing the dog a lunch now. When I leave the house, okay, I have to
Keep
pack the
forgetting
dog
this
a
poor
lunch.
dog.
I don't pack myself a lunch, Ron.
You got to pack the dog one.
Why don't you order dog food and send it to the office?
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Why don't you get dog food for the office?
You can have that for
Well,
2 days.
I'm moving him over to Farmer's Dog, but you can't do it all at one time.
Mm-hmm. Now, will both of you be
Well-
eating that at the same time, Dave? Because
Well, I didn't eat any lunch today. They ran me like a pack mule.
right. I mean,
Okay.
since they're getting you like sandwich meat and that kind of stuff, maybe at least Farmer's Dog, you could warm it in the microwave.
You know, something you would think.
Right.
When you were on that
It's
diet, David, you had all the pre-made meals. Same thing.
Oh yeah, that didn't work out too good for me either. I'm just trying to be like Frank and have 4% body
I
fat.
think
Okay.
I thought you've done a good job. You've kept weight off.
yeah. Well,
That's because
you
I
know,
don't have time to eat at the office.
let me just
They're
say
all
this.
sitting there eating.
Right.
Hey, Ron, do you want to know something else they do to me? I swear to God, they do this to me.
What is that?
And they aren't going to even deny it.
What is that,
I'll
blubber?
come back from court. They're all sitting down eating lunch. No one calls me and says, "Hey, Dave, you want us to order you something?" They don't give me nothing.
So they get lunch and they leave you out.
Well, you just eat everybody's
All
food
the time,
anyway, so who
90% of the time.
Ron, do we have any other callers?
Yeah, we do, but
Okay.
the treatment here, I'm beginning to take Dave's side on this. I mean, I think it's a little
Thank
bit
you,
of
Ron.
age discrimination. You know,
It is.
you're hiding his phone, so you want to act like you can't remember where he put it last.
Well, that's a normal thing for me, Ron.
I know.
You have
But,
to ask my wife. My wife will be sleeping as I'm leaving for work, and I'll go up and I'll go, Pam. She goes, "Okay, I'll call your phone so you can find it." Okay. What's really hard is when it's on vibrate because she's got to keep calling it until I, hear it vibrating.
oh my God, it's just not easy being you. Well,
It is not. It's a
and
very confusing place to live in my mind.
exactly right. But God,
Pam, he's chewing on the remote.
oh God, we love you.
My
We-
dog found the remote and he's chewing on the remote.
Well, there you go. All right, Dave. We'll take some calls. Thank you, David. There you go. Can you believe that his dog is chewing his remote? Oh, God help him. You're on the air.
Yes, is this me?
Yes, go ahead, dear.
Yes, I was having I have a question on trusts.
Yes.
I have a trustee, and the trustee's been my trustee for, since about 2010, and friends of the family for life, and so they became my trustee, and now they made me sign papers. They were ending the trust, and my trust was going to be sent to a trust institution, and he's not signed the trust, and he's never read the trust, what the trust says. I've been to another attorney, and the trust attorney, and he told me exactly what I'm entitled to the trust. And if he said, if they tell you you can't have this, you can't have this, and it's for that, and it's for that, it's for whatever you want, it's your money. Well, now he won't write me a check out of the trust. He said, because the beneficiary, when I die, if there's anything left, another person gets the remainder, will sue them if they think that he gave me too much money out of it. Is that true?
We would probably have to look at the trust and see what type of trust it is, and that
It's hard to give
question,
information without reading it.
right? I don't know that we can give you accurate information. I mean, I think what I would suggest that you do is, if you have questions about it, either whatever lawyer you've dealt with in the past, go see them, or bring it to a trust lawyer and let them look at it, and then they can give you an educated opinion on what your best course of action is.
Well, I was told that if they try to tell you what you can do with this money, they don't know what they're talking about. And to find out the person who's been my acting trustee since 2010 has never read the trust at all.
Right.
And what they're doing is they're saving it. They want to make sure the person who's the beneficiary, if I die, gets it. They're protecting the money for him.
That sounds like what they're doing, but again,
Follow up with your trust lawyer
Right.
that you consulted with.
You want to talk to
Yeah.
a lawyer about that. And I understand
Yeah,
you're
so-
calling in with us, but we don't have the document, so we.
After reviewing the documents, we'd be able to give you an accurate opinion, but unfortunately, without reading it, anything we say, it might not be correct.
Yes. Do you all do the trust?
We don't do a lot of trust work. I mean, that's not to say that we couldn't
Okay.
review. It's not to say we couldn't review the document for you and give you an opinion. If you wanted to do something new with trust, we would probably refer you out.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Have a
Listen,
good one.
take the advice that they said though, and see a lawyer, right?
Yes,
I
for
mean-
sure. That's what you need to do. Bring the paperwork.
Yeah, bring the paperwork. Thanks for calling in.
So, you're on the air with the attorneys tonight. Legal show brought to you by Beatrice Kopp. Hello there.
Is this the legal show?
Yes, it is. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, caller.
I got a call from Michigan, a plumbing service. Have you heard of the area code 313?
Okay, what about it?
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard of the area code 313. Why?
What does it refer to?
Well, I don't know. I'm very confused. What is your question for the legal show?
Have you heard of M&M and 8 Mile?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
so what?
movie.
Yeah, in the 313.
Yeah. So what's your question?
I forget.
All right. Well, have another one. Drink another 6-pack and call me back. Your memory might come back after you have a couple more. Slug a few more down, and amazingly, it could come back to you. It's a legal show on News Radio 570 WKBN. We'll take sane callers at 330-729-9977, 330-729-9977. I have 3 lines in Youngstown open. If you have a legal question, a specific legal question, something going on in your life, I want to hear about it, and I'll give you free access to a great group of lawyers that answer your question and point you in the right direction. Absolutely free legal advice from the law firm of Beatrice Kopp. Call right now. They're here till 6, 330-729-9977, 330-729-9977. Also, in additional legal advice, if you're looking for a great gag gift to give somebody in your household, Attorney Melfi's answering those questions
Just
as
call
well.
me.
Yeah, just call him and he'll let you know what kind of gag gift you got to get. You're on the legal show. Hello. Oops, wait a minute. Hello there, caller.
I just remembered why I called. No Kingdom of Mahoney.
Okay, thanks. Hey, for the love of God. He just remembered why he called.
So did David.
I mean, yeah. I think he's probably with David. If I'm not mistaken, that guy might be over at David's house as we speak.
Yeah.
We're not here to talk about No King's Day or 313 or whatever else, or any of that other stuff. We're here simply to take legal questions that people might have with things going on in their life. The exciting stuff, divorce, child support, auto accidents, medical malpractice, dog bites, contractual issues. That's what we're here to do, caller, not talk about anything else but that kind of stuff. You keep the political stuff to yourself. So free legal advice is yours. What at 5:45? You got about 15 minutes before we wrap it up. If you got a legal question, 330-729-9977. Let me hit a switch here, guys, and I want to free up all those lines so people can get through. There you go. 330-729-9977. 330-729-9977. Call me right now, and I'll hook you up with the lawyers. But you got to have a legal question. Something going on in your life that you're looking for an answer for, all right? I have 3 lines in Youngstown at 330-729-9977, 330-729-9977. We'll get you through to us on News Radio 570 WKBN, and I'll try to get you on the air before we conclude at 6 o'clock. I'm almost nervous to go to the phone lines. I don't know why I am, but I feel like it's almost like Russian roulette with me tonight. I just don't know. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. I just was wondering about the free wheels on the internet. Are they worth what they say, and is it something you do, or do I need to see a lawyer to make a will?
Free wills on the internet. Yeah.
Well, I would always see a lawyer. I mean, there's just certain things
To cover all your bases.
right. It's sometimes the cheaper route is going to cost you more money in the long run.
Wills aren't that expensive in general
No,
for
they're not.
a standard
Simple
will.
wills are very reasonable.
Right. But how do you know, caller, if you need a will or a trust? I mean, that's where you got to get the input. And why would you want some generic company that you know nothing about, as opposed to somebody local that can be there when you pass away?
Well, that's what I was calling. I'm up in the air about whether to do it online or do I need. I have a pretty simple. I don't have a whole lot of investments or anything like that. I have three children or three adults that for kids and the wife, and that's pretty much it. I don't have a whole lot in the way of.
Yeah.
Caller, I would tell you, I think that you would be pleasantly surprised as to what something like that would cost.
I think calling in, you answer your own question.
Yeah, you want to see these guys or a local lawyer, and it's not that expensive, so that you get sound advice. Okay.
Okay, that answers my question. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I got to give him credit, though, guys, because you know what he's thinking about. A lot of people put it off and never do it.
No.
You got to think about that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, particularly like when you hit an age, like if you hit 66, let me just throw an age out in the air. You know, how much time do you really have left when you start hitting those type numbers? You know what I mean?
Day by day.
Yeah, day by day. Exactly what it's all about. You're on the air, The Legal Show. Hello.
Hi, is it me?
Yes, it is. Thank you for calling. Go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call. I don't want this to sound morbid, but I have a few questions, and I think you're kind of already talking about stuff like that. I typically will be passing before my husband. Are there steps I should take to make sure as little as possible would have to go to probate, or maybe nothing has to go to probate?
Yes.
All right. Elaborate, please.
So you can see an attorney, get almost all of your affairs in order. You can change accounts so they're TOD, transfer on death.
All of our accounts are transfer on death.
Okay. So
You can do that to your cars too, ma'am. If you
The car's in his name already.
and I would say to you that
Which
the more that
everybody
I'm sorry.
thinks it's very strange. Everybody thinks it's very strange because he's blind, and they're like, "You can't put a car in his name." I go, "Well, I did." So
Yeah, that doesn't matter. He could
drive it.
Yeah, right.
You can own it. You can't
Right.
drive it.
Sure. So I think to answer your question, if you see an attorney, an estate planning attorney, you can probably alleviate a lot of problems for your family upon your passing, and a lot of stress. And you get those affairs in order, and it's always hard conversations. People don't like to do that because they don't like to.
It's awkward.
Yeah, it's morbid, and I mean, quite frankly, who wants to talk?
it is.
But it's
It is,
smart
and
to do it.
maybe I won't because I'm surviving pancreatic cancer right now. But
Good for you.
typically, I don't have a long lifespan.
Well, you want to get your affairs in order so that it's all seamless when you pass without.
Right.
But you can avoid a lot of probate.
Yeah,
You'll
that's-
feel a lot
You
better.
have some peace of mind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, can I get it to the point that there is no probate, or will there have to be probate?
very little, if any. You can do almost everything to alleviate probate. So yeah,
Meet with a lawyer.
you definitely want to go see somebody.
Get everything prepared and ready. It'll take the stress off you. It'll take it off your family, and that way everything is lined up, ready to go, and make it as easy as possible.
Yeah. Good luck, ma'am. God bless.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dad passed from pancreatic cancer. So
My grandma's living with it right now.
Well, I'm still living. I am still living. I am in remission.
Good for you.
I've been, I was diagnosed in 2022, and they said I had a 20% chance of living.
Yeah, you are.
you're beating the odds.
Yeah.
I'm beating the odds. They told me I only had a 20% chance, and I'm like, well, I'll take it. I'll take the long shot.
There you
But
go.
The prognosis on that
I know.
disease is 6 months.
Yeah. Wow.
So good for
Yeah.
you.
So you-
yeah. And I know the recurrence rate is enormous. But I'm trying to make sure I don't recur.
Good for you, and you're getting
Good
your
luck.
affairs in order. So yeah, God bless you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you so much. Take care. We enjoy your show. Please keep up the good work.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
You know, it's everybody should get their affairs in order. I mean, you brought up a good point before my next call, Frank, is that anything that's titled like your cars or your home, you can certainly avoid probate with that, but also your bank accounts and your investment accounts.
Sure.
Now and you can ask yourself, well, what's left after all of that?
Yeah,
Not very much that you have to probate after that.
Nope,
in a will.
not at all. And it really does make things a lot easier for your family.
They're not left guessing.
Yeah, and it's like, people are grieving. If you simplify that process, it does everybody a favor. And obviously, not you're gone, and then you don't want people to have to deal with other things that are just unnecessary.
Right.
Stress.
Exactly. That's why in my will I say this gag calendar of Dave Beatrice from 2025. I will it to someone else. So because it's a cherished item for me. You're on the air with our attorneys tonight. Hello there.
Good evening. I'm 43 years old. In December of 2024, I went underneath surgery, and it led to me having a kidney injury, which led to kidney failure. It was done by a gastroenterologist, which made no sense to me because it was a mass on my leg that needed removed. I ended up hemorrhaging, having a blood transfusion, and also I was on life support for 12 days. I missed Christmas. And I know it was back in December 2024, but ever since then, I've had nothing but issues with my health. I could barely walk now. And every doctor I've been to, and specialist, has said, oh, no, they did the right thing. Oh, that was okay for the gastroenterologist and stomach doctor to do the surgery. And I was just taking their opinions. And, it came to this point where I'm thinking, okay, this is not right, because nobody's giving me a right diagnosis of all these things happening to me. Is it too late to file for a medical malpractice?
You have a year. You have 1 year, but I will tell you the problem you're going to run into is medical malpractice cases involve thorough merit reviews.
Mm-hmm.
They're very tough cases to prosecute. Our office does a lot of them, but your statute runs in December.
Yeah, and what they're telling you is it's a known risk and complication.
Right.
That's what they're telling you.
So,
but it doesn't hurt to have somebody look at it, does it?
And if you choose to go that route, you need to get in ASAP. So, and again, it's no guarantee that there is a case, but we certainly can evaluate it. We have professionals and medical professionals that we do consultations with, and but the sooner the better, because those are very complicated cases. They're expensive cases.
A lot of records to review.
Yeah.
So here's the advice that they're saying to you. It is now the middle of October. You got till December. You better call a firm tomorrow and make an appointment and to come in with your records so that they can review it very quickly to determine whether or not you have a case. Because if you do, you're running out of time. Okay?
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you guys, you review all of that kind of stuff and can look at it pretty
No, we can't.
Good,
but it's the longer she waits, the harder it is to really give it a fair shake.
Sounds like she's had a lot of issues, though, when you hear from her. All right, so you're on the air with our attorneys tonight. Welcome, 555. You're on the Legal Show.
Yeah, thank you. I had a question. I have quite a few assets as far as properties and vehicles, and I put them all with my son, transfer on death and right of survivorship. And my question is, two parts. I'm married, and I got married later in life, and all these assets that I've accumulated, I've had before I got married. So would my wife be entitled to any of these properties or cars?
I'm going to say no prenup.
No prenup.
Anything after the date of marriage, anything after that is marital property. Anything that you bought before, if it's going to increase in value, your wife is entitled to half of that unless there's a prenup or a postnup. So appreciation value. So like if you bought a house, and I'm not good at math, God love Mark for doing all my math for me. But if it was $100 and it's increased by another $100, then she's owed $50.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, with me doing that, do I need a will or a trust or anything, or would everything transfer to my son because it's in his name?
Well, she can take it.
His name, my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probate laws where she's entitled to a certain percentage, so you
Mhm.
want to get in with a trust or a probate lawyer to make those things happen.
And it'll make it a lot easier on your son too.
You need an estate lawyer, but you should see one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Very good. You're on the air with our attorneys. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. What's your question?
Yes, I have a question. I got bit by a dog 2 weeks ago.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry to hear that. And it sounds like you got rabies to me. All right. With that being the case, the legal show brought to you by Beatrice Cop. Dave Beatrice tomorrow morning at 6:40 on WFMJ today. And that's another wrap. That's another wrap of another great legal show starring attorney David Beatrice with a rare phone appearance tonight. And look for Dave. He's out driving in his Mercedes with the duct tape all over it.
Yeah, can't miss him.
Make sure you look for him and the undercarriage dragging.
Yes.
Of course, that's also happening. And so look for Dave out there in his sandals with the tape on it as well. Tally, thank you. Attorney DeVecchio, thank you. Attorney Frank, thank you.
Yes,
Attorney Melfi, thank you. We
Good to
appreciate
talk to
all
you,
you
Rod.
guys coming on. All right. Thank you. Legal show brought to you by Beatrice Cop. News is next. News Radio 570 WKBN. Back with your calls and a G2 appearance from 6 to 7 tonight on